Hi, good evening everyone. Welcome to the accumulation data analysis for 8th of May. So let's see what happened in today's trade and also how the data is. So let's start with the India VIX. So the India VIX has actually broken out of this inverse head and shoulders. So after that today it kind of spiked but kind of ended with a neutral candlesticks, that is more of a spinning top, right? So until and unless it kind of breaks below this 16.5 level, we can be sure that it is going to hit the 24 level mark, which kind of induces more volatility in the market, right? And now coming to the FII's action. So these guys have been selling continuously. Only 2 days in between they kind of bought, that is 29th and 30th. So today's data is not out yet, but if you look at yesterday, they again sold around 3,600 crores worth of shares, and even in the FNO market they are on the short side, right? So things not looking great when it comes to the FII money that is kind of continuously going out of the Indian markets. But the DIs have been continuously trying to buy it. Usually it is a little less than the FII sell number, but still they are able to hold on to the market and not really let the market fall much, right? So now coming to the Nifty analysis. So first we'll start with the large cap accumulation. So the large cap accumulation actually saw an uptick today, which is a good sign that the Nifty might actually find support at the current levels. So if you look at intraday, what the Nifty did, so the Nifty is actually quite close to the parallel channel that we are seeing on the daily charts, right? So today after opening a little gap down, right, we just went sideways and actually did nothing, to be honest. We kind of ended almost at the same price where we had closed yesterday, right? Hardly 4 points lower, or almost at the same point place where we had closed yesterday. So on the daily chart, the Nifty has made kind of a neutral candle, although we opened gap down, but we kind of moved higher, but ending almost flat as where we had closed yesterday, right? So one good thing is the accumulation is kind of improving at the bottom of the channel, which suggests that there is support coming in. Probably we should head higher from these levels if the FII selling kind of goes down or they start becoming buyers again, right? So the large cap data is pretty good. The even the candle is kind of okayish, and we are near the support, which kind of tells us that there is a chance we might move up from these levels, right? So coming to the best performing sector, so it was the oil and gas sector, which was up 1.7%, right? So if you look at the chart, it is either going to make either of the two patterns. So one is an inverse head and shoulder breakout, right? So if that is to happen, it has to go back up again, or it can make a bigger what do you say, M kind of a shape, that is a double top kind of a thing, right? And then probably from there head down, right? So either of those two things would happen if you look at it on a weekly or a monthly time frame. Any of those can happen, right? So oil and gas, it all depends on how the global markets kind of perform in the coming days. If a global market kind of goes down, usually that is when even the demand for oil and gas also starts to cool off. Coming to bank nifty, so the bank nifty has been continuously moving down, so there is no respite for it. So it has been almost 6 sessions since the bank nifty has started falling, and even today not such a great candle, kind of a spinning top, to be honest. The volumes are pretty decent there, but it has even gone below the middle line of this parallel channel. So let's see how it plays out. Probably there is some buying coming in at the bottom, but still difficult to predict until we see tomorrow's candle. We can't be sure that we are going to move higher on the bank nifty. So now coming to the mid cap analysis. So the mid caps, actually there is a small downtick in the accumulation, that is the overall accumulation in the mid cap stocks. Nothing really alarming as such if you look at the data. Although in the last 4 days, if you compare that data with what we were seeing in the previous week or even a week before that, it has kind of come down, right? But if you look at the chart, it actually took support around that 49,321 mark and has kind of bounced, right? So the candle is kind of telling us that the prices have started moving again, but the data isn't that great. Usually when the market goes down, the big guys usually push in more money and push it higher, but we are not seeing that. So the data is kind of telling us that the market is becoming stock specific. Not everything might rally, but places or stocks which were kind of accumulated by the big guys or which are still seeing accumulation has a better chance of moving higher, right? So coming to the small cap analysis now. So the small caps, there the actually the data has gone down quite significantly, right? So it is, if you look at it, probably the worst in the last a month, right? So a month or more. So kind of very low on the small caps. I'm not sure what exactly is happening. Something is bothering the market. Difficult to figure out what it is, but the big guys are also kind of in a wait and watch mode, especially in the small caps. Usually what happens when a lot of FII selling happens, right, money starts moving out of small caps and let's say the smaller mid caps, and it usually goes into the large cap. So something similar we are seeing. The large cap accumulation is good, whereas the mid caps a little lower, but the small cap accumulation has really gone down. So if you look at this, probably not such a great time to be taking bets in the small cap space. And even in the chart, on the charts, right, it kind of touched both the support and the resistance in one single day and kind of made almost a neutral candlestick. So in such cases, what I would suggest is play the ones where the data is kind of good. Play those stocks where the data is kind of good. You should make decent money even if they are above the 30 WMA line. If the data is good, play such small cap stocks. Not everything is going to move in the coming days. Hopefully this helps. See you in another video tomorrow. Thank you.